Hi guys, welcome back. Just briefly, I want to touch on this fight between Sergio Martinez and Martin Murray, which happened last night in Argentina, and Sergio Martinez got the unanimous decision victory over Martin Murray. You know what? I was wholly unimpressed with Sergio Martinez. I really think he looks old now. I'm not just trying to say that because I'm not taking anything away from Martin Murray here. I thought he boxed an excellent fight, and I don't think it was just down to age or anything. I think Murray can hang in with the best of them. Obviously now we've seen that he's one of the top middleweights because he was so close with Sturm and here so close with Martinez. The scores were too wide. It was closer than that. I thought it could possibly have been a draw. When it ended, I thought they might give this a draw because you know, either way, either side a point or a draw. You know, that controversy with was that a second knockdown? Well, yeah, it looked like it was a second knockdown. I definitely don't think it was a slip. I think that was a knockdown. Many people do think that was a knockdown. It wasn't given. These are the things you have to live with when you're fighting away from home. Sometimes, unfortunately, I just thought Martinez is looking old, even from the weigh-in. The way he looked. I don't know. There's some. I can't explain it. There's some look about him. His body. It looks like an old body, like it's aging to me. It looks like the injuries are taking their toll. I didn't know before the fight, by the way, that he'd had, you know, knee surgery, etc., etc. He had all these problems. He had several injuries apparently after that Chavez fight, and I really wasn't aware of those. I didn't, obviously, you know, catch that. But he really didn't look the same Martinez in there to me. He looks now like he can get hurt regularly. He's looking kind of like, not as bad as Amir Khan, but he's looking that he can go down that road. Like if he keeps fighting on this top level, then he can get hurt. He can get put down, and I do fear for him in that respect. It's kind of like you see a chart, a table, and you got this level, and this guy's like world class, and he's completely still at that level. The fight last night for me is just a straight downward turn. There's not even like a slow incline. It's just like a downward turn. That's just my opinion. Obviously Martinez is still a brilliant boxer, but the style he relies on, for me, is not the type of style you age with very well. He's done exceptionally well to get to 38 and still be able to do that. His reflexes, his ability, his sharpness is brilliant. But last night I saw a slight deterioration. Martin Murray threw some great quick shots in there, and when because he kept his guard up, he was landing the better quality shots throughout. I thought Murray landed better quality, but I thought Martinez threw better volume for the most part. And you know, he was throwing the straight left down the pipe. Some of them were connecting. I know it didn't look like it on the television, and a lot of the commentators were saying he's not hitting him. But I think Murray had a bloody nose towards the end. Those shots were, you know, there's a gap in Murray's gloves. I was thinking that Martinez should be looking for the uppercut. To be honest with you, I thought the uppercut was crying out for the uppercut in between Murray's gloves. I thought he was quite open sometimes. He was like that. It wasn't like really tight. But Martinez didn't go for that. He was out quality, I think. Out quality, if that's a word, last night. I think Murray threw some great quality. He had a great game plan. He bought his time. He was patient. He gave away too many of the early rounds for me. I thought Martinez started fast and Murray started a little bit slow and he was obviously the game plan was to be patient, but I think he lost a lot of rounds early. And then obviously the second half of the fight he came on strong. So I think the first half of the fight was Martinez's, and I thought the second half of the fight was Murray's. The problem is, I don't think this was a robbery. I thought it was just a close fight. But he's against a champion in his home country where he hasn't fought for 10 years. He's fighting for the WBC belt, remember, yeah? And in some ways I can't really complain because I think that, you know, Murray's at the moment living with these guys. Yeah, he's there or thereabouts, and he's doing a brilliant job, and he's proving that he's on the world stage, and he's, to be honest, probably going to be a world champion. By this performance he should become a world champion. But it's not quite enough to really just say, yeah, he got a clear decision. You know, yeah, Murray definitely, you know, he's won that by 2 or 3 rounds. Now, some people can argue he did that last night, but to me, it wasn't clear cut. Yeah, he hurt Martinez. He looked the better off at the end of the fight. But all throughout, I mean, particularly early on, he played a little bit safe, and his style is a bit difficult to, he doesn't throw a lot of volume against a guy who's slick, and it's very difficult to give him, to say he dominated the fight or he did enough to clearly win a fight. And I think that's slightly his problem. He may have won the fight, but was it clear enough to really make the home judges, judges in a guy's home hostile crowd environment, is it enough to make them think, yeah, this guy's definitely won this fight? So yeah, that's my take on the fight. Absolutely fantastic from Martin Murray. Really, really took it on from what Macklin and Barker were able to do, and really took it beyond that, and was able to actually establish his own stamp on the fight and really push Martinez. And I did think in the second half of the fight, I thought there was a chance he was going to stop Martinez. I thought Martinez could get caught, he could get hurt here, and that main thing I took from this fight, apart from what a great job Martin Murray did and the fact that he probably will be a world champion and he did the UK proud, is the fact that Martinez is looking old to me, and I'm if he carries on against top opposition, I'm just going to be waiting for the loss to come. I wouldn't like to see him back in the ring against Chavez Jr. I think that would be it would be difficult, because we know that Martinez in rematches he does very well, because he's that type of fighter who works you out, and in the rematch he'll have worked you out like he did Paul Williams, and then it's lights out. He really punishes you. My question would be, A, like I said, he looked old. B, Martin Murray keeps a very tight defence, and I think Martinez struggled to really get to Martin Murray. I don't think there really is anything. It's very difficult to pick something that Martinez could say in the rematch he would do differently to really take Murray out. I think he may struggle again. And against Chavez Jr., I think you struggle from the off, because I think that Chavez Jr. this time, I think really would come out all guns blazing early on. I don't think he would be as reserved as he was throughout that first fight, until he woke up in the championship rounds. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm cautious with Sergio Martinez moving forward. I just want to say that now before okay, a good victory for him. He's had a brilliant career. He's been a fantastic boxer. He really is going to be an Argentinian legend in the sport of boxing. I'm just cautious with him moving forward from here on out, from last night's performance. But great performance from Martin Murray. Very unlucky not to get the decision, or at least the draw. And I think he's still going to be knocking on the doors of big fights. That's the good thing he takes away from this. Put a very good account of himself. So thanks for watching. This is Boxbred, and I'm out.